I had to rank the teams right now, 1 through 10, based off the games that I saw, this is how my rankings would look. Okay. I would go with Georgia number 1. I would go with Texas number 2. I would go Bama number 3. I would go Ohio State. Then I go Ole Miss. I go USC. I go LSU. I go Oregon, Michigan, and I guess Notre Dame. I don't even like having Notre Dame in there, but they did win on the road against Texas A&M. I thought about maybe even adding like a Miami or someone like that. I don't know. I don't know who 10 is. Jonathan has it Georgia, Ohio State, Texas, Oregon, Alabama. Tim doesn't have enough info, right? I don't know, Daryl. Miami, they look good against a weak Florida team, right? But who else in like the top 20 really impressed you? Jeff has it Ohio State, Oregon, Texas, Bama, Ole Miss. Okay, I like that. Ohio State, I mean, they got to win like the big one. See, Marcus kind of likes Miami too. My rationale for my top 10 kind of works like this. And I think, 1 through 5, pretty easy, right? Those, maybe the top 3 are interchangeable or whatever. Georgia, Texas, and Bama. Look, that USC football team, I mean, I watched the game. I love the quarterback play. I love the fact that USC, for once, has a defense. Yo, that was a good team. Yo, the Branch dude might be one of the most electric players in all of college football behind Jalen Milroe. LSU's quarterback, he's really good. They have really good wide receivers. Those 2 quarterbacks were balling out. It felt like I was watching a playoff game. I get it. Brian Kelly slammed the desk. He was mad. He lost another home opener. That's a good football team. Aaron Anderson, I like the way he was utilized as well. That's a good team. Look, Oregon, the numbers that Dylan Gabriel put up at quarterback were crazy. He put up so many numbers, but they barely beat FCS Idaho in Eugene. Like, I don't understand that. And maybe I should have put Michigan at number 8. I don't know. They barely beat Fresno State. Maybe I should have put Michigan at 8. You're spicy this morning. You know what? I didn't get a workout in this morning. I think that's why I'm a little bit edgy. Because I wake up at 4:30 in the morning, and I didn't set my alarm, so I didn't get a workout in. So I might sound a little bit edgy. Might be coming off a little hot. I think I'm just tired of these pretenders. Like, the Florida State makes me so mad. It makes me so mad because people think that they're good. They're not. If you listen to all of my shows, I always talk smack about them because it's hilarious. I don't even stay up past 9:30. Last night I stayed up late to watch these guys lose because it was comedy. In Notre Dame, I feel the same way about them. I feel kind of dirty for listing them in my top 10. I don't buy them at all. I don't buy them. I just didn't know who to put. Plus, I was rushed against time. I like their coach. You know, it's cool. I used to watch them growing up on TV. I have an uncle who loves Notre Dame. It's pretenders. And every single time they've played Alabama, there was the one time that the score was a little bit close, but we all watched the game. It wasn't close. And Dan Lanning to be talking all that, puffing his chest out and barely beating Idaho. Let me ask you this, okay, before I move on from my top 10. Can you imagine? I don't want to cuss this morning. Can you imagine the crap that Alabama would get by the national media if they barely beat Idaho? If they barely beat Fresno State? Alabama football is held to a completely different standard every single year. You beat Western Kentucky 63-0. 63-0 in this age of college football. And they're like, well, they're supposed to do that. Western Kentucky sucks. Oregon plays Idaho somewhat close, and people were like, well, maybe Idaho's good. If Alabama and Idaho played each other, you imagine if this, yes, Idaho's FCS now, the Vandals. They play in does the Kirby Dome still exist? Do you get my point? If Alabama played Idaho and the score was close, oh my God. Alabama wouldn't even make the playoffs if it was a 2-touchdown win by Alabama. They would be penalized. But Oregon is still going to be like a top 5 team. I love this case. Here's the top. I like this list. Top 5 fraud list. FSU, Notre Dame, Michigan, Oregon, LSU. I take off LSU. I think they're good. Plus, Alabama plays them at Death Valley. That place is wild. Hey, Mar, what's up? Is Prentice second team? I'm going to show you the entire stats. I broke down all of the stats, all the players, all the snap grades, and I'm bringing it to you visually. Look, it is good. I'm going to show you in a second. I just want to talk smack about a couple of these teams. No, I know. LSU is good. All right. That's my top 10. And right now is RN for those of you that are older than 40, like me. Like my daughter, she texted me the other day. IKR. Does anybody know what that means? IKR. It's like IKR. All right. Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. Today, we led off with Florida State is not it. We talked about Caden Proctor's status. We looked at the offensive line without Caden Proctor. I talked about my top 10 right now. Now I want to get into one of my graphics that I'm proud of. I know, right? Thank you. Yes. I know my daughter, who's 11, typed in IKR. And I was like, what the hell does that mean? Of course, I didn't text her that, but I was like, what? So now people would text me. I text them IKR. I'm like, IKR. I know that, man. Shoot. I'm used to the other, like the older ones. LOL. Right? All right. Okay, let's okay, so this is a labor of love. This took me a long time. It took me like an hour and 20 minutes. So humor me with this, okay? Gas me up. All right, so what I did was I went through every single position, every single player. BRB. See, I remember that, JS. That's my thing. Be right back, right? And I listed the player. Let's start with Jalen Miro. Jalen Miro, the amount of snaps, and then, pass attempts, yards, rushing attempts, and so forth. And I did this for the entire team, okay? It took me an hour and 40 minutes. So we are going to go through this. I'm gonna talk to you about this. I know what you mean, Max Tooney. That's a good one too. All right. So we're looking at Jalen Milroe. Okay. I know. I've been edgy this morning. For those of you that are talking smack about Jalen Milroe, stop. Like you're wasting air. It's ridiculous. Someone came on one of the Florida State videos last night and was like, man, Jalen Milroe is barely better than DJ. Dude, they're not even in the same comparison. You're talking about a guy who's probably going to win the Heisman Trophy. Like, get behind him. People were saying that Ty Simpson did better than Jalen Milroe. Look, I love Ty Simpson. Who doesn't? He's a great kid. Was he better than Jalen Milroe? No, he's not. Look at the numbers. 34 snaps. 7 of 9 passing. 7 of 9. This is like a video game. 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. 10 rushing attempts, 79 yards, 2 touchdowns. And you're still not satisfied? What if your quarterback was DJU? God bless. Like, support the kid, man. Seriously, you would be so worried if you didn't have Jalen Milroe. And I get it. You have confidence in Ty Simpson. I do too. But you would be worried if Jalen Milroe was off the screen right now. Ty Simpson, was he good? Yeah, he was good. 5 of 9, 66 yards, two rushing attempts, 34 yards, and a touchdown. Loved it. Was he better than Jalen Milroe? No. Look, I didn't make up any of these stats. Those are the stats. What stats are better? You've seen football before. What stats are better? Damn. And then you know what? There's people that are like, oh, dude, you're a Jalen Milroe hater. Stupid. Dylan Lonergan played in 13 snaps. He's a 13 quarterback. We didn't see any Austin Mack. I thought Austin Mack was the 13 quarterback. I was wrong. Dylan Lonergan. Yo, I didn't realize that Dylan. Do you see when Dylan Lonergan ran out? Yo, he's got some athleticism too. We're going to go by this one by one because I worked on this. It was tight when Ty Simpson ran into the end zone. There's that photo of him, and he's just like to the stands. It's good. I love the story of Ty Simpson. Dude doesn't complain. Zero entitlement. His dad's a coach. Sorry, you don't start. Wait your turn. But I should be the starter. I've been here for 3 years. I don't care. Someone's better than you right now. My job as the head football coach is to win games. When your name is called to win games, you win games. But right now, you are not the starter. If you've been on a team, you understand that when your name is called, you perform at the highest level. If somebody's better than you, do you complain? Do you go to your dad? Do you go to your mom? No. You play the game and you practice and you wait your turn. Look at this graphic. You know what? Did you notice this? No, Jimmy, I'm just saying that people are mad about, like, people aren't satisfied with Jalen Milroe. They're still like doubting him. It's stupid. Did you notice, or was it just me? I mean, the snaps tell a story. Kalen DeBoer played just about everybody. Coach Saban would keep the starters in, I promise you. And you're like, no, he took him out. No, he took off the gas pedal, but he played the players so they had 4 quarters of game experience. But, I mean, you rarely saw the amount of players play like you did under Coach Kalen DeBoer. I promise you. Hey, thanks, Aaron. I know there's about 500 Alabama YouTube channels, man. Go support them all. Appreciate it, man. It's like I don't care. If you want to be here, be here. I love it. You know? You want to be somewhere else? You ever tried to chase somebody? Don't. They want to be here, they want to be here. Yo, but look at this. Look at the running backs. Start on the left and go to the right. Jam Miller, 17 snaps, 5 attempts, 54 yards, 1 touchdown, an average of 10.8. He had a longest of, like 39 where he jumped into the end zone? You're like, damn, that's amazing. He's the best running back. He had the best numbers. Like, oh, wait, hold on. There's a guy who played less snaps, who had less attempts, and who had almost double the yardage. You're like, what? Justice Haynes played in 12 snaps, 4 rushing attempts, 102 yards, 1 touchdown, an average of 25.5. Yo, that's crazy. Richard Young, 11 snaps, 6 attempts, 7 yards. Yo, they were bottling. It was interesting because you could run on Western Kentucky, but every single time that Richard Young got in, they played like their best defense, and they were like stuffing him up. And I was mad about it because he was on my DraftKings team. And yes, I did win, and I won a cool $600 because I followed the team. I knew the storyline of the game, okay? If you want to play DraftKings, you want some inside information, let me know. I'll help you out. Daniel Hill looked great. 15 attempts, 15 snaps, 9 attempts, 23 yards. Actually, Kevin Riley's number, you could say they're better. 11 snaps, 7 attempts. Yo, Kevin Riley's fast. A lot faster than I thought. He looked good. Did you guys see Kevin Riley? He impressed, right? Yo, this running, and the F's mean freshman, like true freshman. Look at that stable. That's a stable of running backs. There's a tandem, a superstar tandem, and then the entire group collectively is a stable. Hey, do you guys like the graphics with the stats? I'm a visual person. To me, it's a lot better than just two people just, well, what did you think, John? Well, I don't know. It looked pretty good to me. You need like interaction. You need to like visually see stuff. All right, here's a tight end group. All right, C.J. Dupree played in 17 snaps. He had 1 reception for 8 yards. Robbie Oots just 9 snaps. Danny Lewis, to my surprise, played in 24 snaps. Josh Cuevas, who's transferred in from Washington, that's what that icon means. He had 19 snaps, 1 reception for 4 yards. Jay Lindsey played in 5 snaps. And Ty Lockwood played in 9 snaps. So there you go. A lot of guys getting the rotation in at the tight end room. Hey, Caleb, I appreciate it. Derek, what's up, man? Good to see you, Derek. Hey, thanks, Marcus. I appreciate you being here. You out of Prozac. All right, we continue. All right, here's the wide receiver room. Look at this. This is one of my favorite. This graphic and the safety graphic were my funnest to put together. Look at this. Because I was curious what the rotation would look like in the wide receiver room, right? Well, here you go. Jeremy Bernard to the far left, 35 snaps, 1 reception for 17 yards. Kendrick Law, 11 snaps, 1 reception for 22 yards and a touchdown. 1 reception, 22 yards, touchdown. Kobe Prentice, look, people are like, is he second team? I don't know. He had the most receptions on the team. I mean, he had more receptions than Ryan Williams. He played in 19 snaps. He played in 3 receptions, 43 yards. That's the thing about this team is I think they are so talented at the wide receiver position that they don't have like a set start of like 11 starters. Based on formations, based off packages, down in distance, they can do different things and have a lot of different guys in. Yo, Ryan Williams, 17 years old, came in, played 19 snaps, light work, 2 receptions, 139 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 plus 4 equals 6, right? By the way, check out his new podcast, The New Wave. Look it up. Him and Jalen Mbakwe. Support the gear, too. Athlete's Thread. Emmanuel Henderson, look, 22 snaps. He had a reception for 10 yards. Cole Adams had 19 snaps. And by the way, he's your starting punt returner. The F means true freshman. How about Caleb Odom? Yo, he played in the second most snaps out of all the wide receivers behind Jeremy Bernard. Had 2 receptions for 23 yards. And Rico Scott, 14 snaps. There was a couple other walk-ons that got in, and I saw them listed in the snap count, but I don't know if they got into like special teams. So as the season matures, I'll add the players that have the appropriate numbers of snap counts. Jimmy says, Kyle, DeBoer is spreading the wealth. Well, let me ask you this. So a couple things. In this world of NIL, transfer portal, you have to play players. You have to. You have to get guys reps. You can't just leave them on the bench. Like 5-6 years ago, I think the game changed. That was something that, Coach Saban, he wouldn't always play the players. Like freshmen would definitely come in, but now you have to get a heavy rotation of guys, not only for the experience because of the season's going to be a grind, but also to show them, hey, we can utilize you in these different packages so these players don't transfer out, right? I think that's also part of it. Plus, these guys are ready to play. Yeah, Jared Hamilton, Jalen Hell, those are guys that, I don't even have on the board. right? Yeah, Quay Russo, definitely, man. We're moving through this. We'll get to the defense in just a second. All right, here's the offensive line. Oh, this was a good graphic to put together as well. All right, so what I did was I labeled out the depth chart. So starting from the left at left tackle, you have Caden Proctor, who's injured, week to week, a shoulder injury. You have Tyler Booker, who played in 33 snaps. I talked about the first team offensive line. Parker Brailsford, 33 snaps. Jaden Roberts, 31 snaps at guard. 34 snaps from Wilcom Formby at right tackle. And then at left tackle, Elijah Pritchett with 34 snaps. But look how many guys Coach Kalen DeBoer got in the game at offensive line. I couldn't even list all the photos because there were so many guys. I'll read them out. Nyquil Bentrade at tackle, 28 snaps. Miles McVay at tackle, 28 snaps. Graham Rotten, 5 snaps at tackle. Rock Montgomery, 30 at guard. Olas Allen in 26 at guard. Casey Poe, 8 at guard. Will Sanders, 8 at guard. Gino Vandermark, 4 at guard. Joseph Ionita, 28 at center. Isn't that wild how many offensive linemen played? What's up, Derek Cole? Do I think you're going to win it all? Yeah. I mean, you saw the Vegas. I mean, before the season, Alabama was like plus 1,400. And they already jumped to like, what, plus 600 or something like that? I think they saw the buzzsaw. Red Pete saying stats can be misleading. The second offensive line had more snaps in the second half, starters in the first half. Yeah, I like that. You got a lot of guys that got snaps. A lot of guys who got in the game. I didn't realize this amount of linemen played. What's up, Ryan? Good morning to you, man. Appreciate you being here. All right, we look at the D tackle position. $19 freshmen. That is wild. Tim Keenan, 31 snaps, 2 tackles. Tim Smith, 25 snaps. Jaheim Otis, 23 snaps. Yo, I thought Jaheim Otis and Tim Keenan were moving around, and they looked amazing. And then, James Smith, look at his stats. He played 26 snaps, 3 tackles. The BU, that means pass breakups, getting a big paw up there, and he had 1 quarterback hurry. Damon Payne had 17 snaps, Hunter Osborne 3, and Edric Hill had 6. Yo, James Smith. Yo, he's... Look at the talent that they could rotate in with those first 5. James Smith is really good. I mean, he might have won like the D-line MVP of that group. And Tim Keenan's fast. You imagine if Tim Keenan was chasing you? I promise you out there, Tim Keenan's faster than you. He's sitting there listening on your computer or watching or have it listening as you're driving. Tim Keenan's faster than you. At least like first 15 yards. You're like, no, he's not. 320, whatever. Yeah, he is. He's faster than you. All right. The bandit position, I was interested. Like, I went through the snaps and the stats. So check this out. You have Jamarian Lathan, who played at this bandit position, 26 snaps. LT Overton, who had a fantastic game, played in 30 snaps, 4 tackles, by the way. Keon Keeley, only 3 snaps. I know we're gonna talk about that. And Jordan Renard, 8 snaps. I don't know why he only played 3 snaps. Talking about Keon Keeley, Yanzi Pierre, as you'll see, he only played in 3 snaps as well. Sometimes it just takes time for these guys to get on. Demetrius is like, not faster than me, faster than you. No, man. Yo, I got speed. I promise you. I'm just saying, Tim Keenan's fast, man. I don't know. Why don't you think... Okay, let me ask you, Undefeated. Why don't you think Keon Keeley's playing more? Is it just because, LT Overton and Jamarian Lathan, is it just because they're, eating more at the table? I mean, surely it's not a talent thing. I just don't know. All right, let's look at this wolf position. Q-Rob, 22 snaps, 1 tackle, 1 sack. Happened early in the game, like how he got to Western Kentucky quarterback TJ Finley. Keanu Cope played in 13 snaps. Now, everybody was talking about Quay Russo, and rightfully so. 30 snaps, 4 tackles. The guy is an absolute beast. In fact, he had the highest Pro Football Focus grade on the entire defense. All right, everybody's talking about him, rightfully so. Young man, absolutely 8. Yanze Pierre, kind of same thing with Keon Keeley. I don't know why he's, 3 snaps. I think it's just kind of a time thing. Like, he will get on the field. Noah Carter, he had 2 tackles in this game, but I couldn't figure out how many snaps he actually played. So I'll dive more into that going forward. As we continue to look at the inside linebacker position, I listed Jeremiah Alexander, as you can see, as injured. He didn't play in this game. Start on the left, you got Deontay Lawson. I mean, look at these 2 interior linebackers. The inside linebackers for Alabama, just unbelievable, okay? Played in the most snaps. Outside, I think Malachi Moore played the most, and then it was Deontay Lawson and Jahad Campbell. Inside linebacker, Deontay Lawson, 49 snaps, 9 tackles, 1 pass breakup. Jahad Campbell, 46 snaps, 9 tackles. They combined for 18 tackles in the game. Justin Jefferson also played a ton, 35 snaps, 2 tackles. Justin Okoronkwo, he saw 5 snaps, and then Caden Jones saw 12 snaps and had a tackle as well. The F indicates clearly freshman. The C represents captain. Moving right along, Damani Jackson. Check this out. 40 snaps. He was targeted 0 times. 0 times. Okay, he had 1 tackle. Xavier Brown, 35 snaps. He was targeted twice. He had 1 tackle. Look at the freshmen. 3 freshmen. Look at the amount of snaps that they had. Yo, freshmen are playing here at Bama. They're doing a good job. Jalen Mbakwe, 26 snaps. He was targeted 4 times. I thought he did really good in coverage. I mean, there was a time where there was a Western Kentucky wide receiver that made a slant. He got his hand in there, knocked it down. He also had 4 tackles in the game. Yo, Jalen Mbakwe is ready. Deshaun Jones, I guess he's not 100% healthy, but he did have 12 snaps. He was targeted twice. And then Zay Mincy got in there as well. 19 snaps. He was targeted once. Like that group. Damani Jackson, 40 snaps, 0 targets. They're not going to him. All right, looking at the safeties, Malachi Moore played in 57 snaps, 2 tackles. Keon Sapp, 42 snaps, 2 picks, happened in the first quarter. Turnover chain twice, also had 2 tackles. King Mack played in 19 snaps. How about Bray Hubbard? Yo, Bray Hubbard got a lot of playing time. I saw him everywhere. He had 6 tackles in the game. Yeah, really good. Devontae Smith did 20 snaps. It's good to see him back. And then Red Morgan, man, is just a freshman. Yo, this guy's playing at a very high level as well. You're not going to catch a pass on him. Man, he did a good job. I actually like the pass interference call that he had. All right, wrapping it up, we got special teams. Graham Nicholson, he was 7 of 7 on PATs. James Burnham, 3 punts for 152 yards. The long snapper is Neelan Hibbett. I guess I should add Connor Talty because he does kickoffs. I'll think about adding that next graphic. Jeremy Bernard, we didn't see any kick returns by Bama. And then Cole Adams is the punt returner here at 5 punt returns for 42 yards. Fam, I appreciate you guys. I love you. Thank you for watching the show right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Please hit the thumbs up if you like the content, you like the graphics. A lot goes into Bama Football on YouTube. I sincerely appreciate you guys. Be back as news happens right here on Bama Football on YouTube, getting you ready for South Florida. This is week 2 right here on Bama Football on YouTube. See you guys.